Today we visit the ruins in Muyil and the boardwalk in Sian Biosphere Reserve. Richard Lark and I were joined by Kelly, and off we go. Muyil is one of the earliest and longest occupied cities in the Maya civilization, with artifacts dating back to 350 BCE. The site was occupied as late as 1500 CE. If you noticed, I used CE, which stands for Common Era or Current Era, instead of AD, but they're basically synonyms. Look at those trees above me, just spectacular. And BCE is the same as BC, but instead of meaning before Christ, it now means before the Common Era. And I guess these terms are more commonly used now in scientific literature.
Kelly's leading us off somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
That's right. And keep saying, oh wow.
Just to make us want to come. But it is spectacular jungle.
Yeah, this trail that we're on is not part of the official tour. Kelly sees some little trail heading off from some of the ruins and says, let's follow that. Let's see what's there. And of course, as Lark said, he's kind of leading the way, and he keeps going, wow, ooh. And so we think there's something exciting up there to see, when in reality, it looks just like the rest of it. But we still have that anticipation that maybe we will come to something interesting. Will this get us deeper into the biosphere? Will we come an area where we can walk around the swamp? Who knows? But it's kind of neat being in the jungle, so we follow the trail as much as we could. Some areas it got difficult to follow, but we're having fun seeing neat plants and vegetation. So we keep going. We got briefly lost a couple times finding our way out, but eventually we did make it. Eventually, Kelly reached a dead end, and we turned around and headed back to the actual archaeological site. And there are a number of different structures. And of course, the most spectacular is El Castillo, which means the castle. And here's your first view of the castle. Tallest structure on site.
I know, and is it double repaired?
Yeah, is it double repaired?
Like they repaired that part, but they didn't do that good, and then later on they got better at it.
Yeah, that was one of our common conversations. There's some pelicans. Were those natural? Did they redo that? And you could see on those repairs, looked like part had been repaired, and then that part that had been repaired had been re-repaired. So how often do they have to come back and redo it? It's just hard to know what's natural and what is some of the original work. But regardless, it's still spectacular to see, and wonder how these people lived here 2,000 years ago.
Where are we at, Kelly?
If I'm pronouncing it correctly, Sian Eco Park Reserve. We are going to the lagoon, and we are walking through the ruins. It's weird talking to that thing.
I don't think it would take long for the trees and the forest to retake this ruin back to its natural state and just become forest. It's basically anywhere you look where there's a mountain, there's probably some sort of ruin under it. There's still many sites to be unearthed and explored.
Pink Palace and Temple
But
number
that's
8.
one of the exciting things. Each time you go back to some of these places, there's a little more to see. Of course, on the negative side, it seems like there's more people each time we come back. I think the first time we were here, there was no one there. This is Richard and Lark on the boardwalk, which means we've made it to the Sian Biosphere Reserve. And they've got a nice boardwalk across this wetland that you can hike across. That's a view of it.
But yours had to stick out.
There's a separate gate when you come to the entrance, and I think it cost 50 pesos or about $2.50 to enter. But you're there, you gotta do it.
Okay, Richard, you're on video.
Oh no.
What do you think of the trail Kelly took us on?
I thought it was pretty pitiful.
Pitiful? Let me respond to that. I don't know what to say. Go back to Richard. What do you think of this trail, Richard?
This
Boardwalk.
trail is wonderful. That other one had ants on the trail that would climb on your feet and bite your legs.
There were plants whipping by. It wasn't hardly a path.
That's the point. It wasn't really a trail.
No.
Yeah, Kelly likes to get sidetracked on all these other little paths he sees leading out into the jungle.
Flickers of light.
That's the reason why many of our hikes go from like 4 miles to 6 miles, or 2 miles to 4 miles. Sian is Mayan for where the sky is born. And the Biosphere Reserve is 1.3 million acres. And of course, there's a variety of animals and wildlife.
Yours had to stick out.
The other cool thing is the observation tower that you can climb and get up
Bring your big stick.
above
Yeah,
the
put it back in.
forest.
It doesn't fold up as small.
The picnic bench. Not that. And you can shake this thing when you go up it. It's funny how it sways.
No shaking.
It has a limit of 4 people,
A little shaking up on its
and there are signs of termites, and there are a few steps that are missing. So you got to be careful, and it's not for those that are fearful of heights.
There's Kelly climbing up. Lark climbing up. Can't really see Richard, but he's climbing up too. And I'm almost to the top.
Views from the top are spectacular. You can see the lake. You can see the tops of the jungle, the forest. And there's Richard making it to the top. Yeah, you gotta watch your head. I think I bopped it as I came up, and there's Lark at the top. But here's the 360 view from the top of the tower.
Don't rock it.
Kind of looks like we're at the top of the world. But then you gotta make your way down. But first, a few more pictures. Of course, we had to wait till Richard and Lark got up as well. There's the whole group at the top. Top of the world, like I said. But spectacular view looking out to the lakes and the sky and the jungle, vermilions in the trees. But then it's a climb down. And once you get down, then there's a little bit more of the boardwalk. There's Lark as she climbs down.
Lark, what do you think of this tree?
I like it. It's giving him a hug.
Lark captured this shot of this bird. Spectacular to see, as are everything, even the trees they chop down, the planks they make to improve the boardwalk. And then you get to the river, manatees, crocodiles, and you can take a boat tour. We didn't do it this time, maybe next time. But I hope you enjoyed our tour. Have a great day. And if you want to see more videos of the ruins at Muyil, check out Old Guy's Hike number 78 when we visited in a previous year. And since it's just a few days before Christmas, I'll wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I guess a Happy New Year. Hopefully, we'll have more hikes to come. The old guys, Kelly and I, and hopefully Richard and Lark and whoever else can join us.